On this channel, I want to cover a whole spectrum of nerd culture and things that I really get excited about that may be niche, that may not be typical nerd culture. Anybody who knows me knows that I am a musician, and music is probably my first passion. 20 or so years ago, man, I'm old. I was studying music at the local junior college, and I was primarily a guitarist, studying classical and jazz guitar. I was also taking lessons on the upright bass and playing bass in some jazz combos. I thought that my path was going to be strictly guitar. Don't get me wrong, I still play today, but what I'm known for, what I made the most money doing, and what I'm best at is bass. And the reason why was a recording that I heard early in my jazz studies. It was Stan Getz Live by the Sea of Cans. It goes by a different name on Spotify, and I believe it's Stan Getz Live in Midham. But it was recorded in 1980, I believe. And so when I came to it, it was about 20 years later. But the bass player was Brian Bromberg. And from the beginning, I noticed that he was different. He had a style that was very fast and explosive. There was a lot of long notes that he used, as well as quick ghost notes and subdivisions and stuff that he was doing was just stuff I haven't heard in jazz up to that point, and still to this day you will not hear what Brian Bromberg was doing back in those days. And that recording of Autumn Leaves from that album made me switch from guitar to primarily bass, because it showed me what the potential of the bass was. So cut to 24 so years later, I hear the news that Brian Bromberg, being the incredible bassist he is, and having the respect and love for the bass tradition, was putting out an album dedicated to Scott LaFaro, who was an innovator before Bromberg. He played with the Bill Evans Trio. Unfortunately, he died very young in a car accident. I would say that LaFaro was to Bromberg as Jimmy was to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Except for Brian Bromberg, he took that style and added a lot to it. And so this album, I've been listening to it. It came out, I believe, April 6th. And I've been listening to it over and over and over again. And if you're new to jazz and you want to get into it, there's so much just amazing musicianship. Your ear will pick up on it, and you don't have to understand what's going on to really enjoy. And if you're a jazz head that understands what's going on, it will just blow your mind. He does a lot of older standards, which he doesn't do so much anymore. Solar, Autumn Leaves, Walter Debbie, a bunch of great stuff that you would hear from the Bill Evans Trio back in those Scott LaFaro days. And the way he does it is so amazing. As a band leader, bassist, a lot of guys, and even myself, I have my own jazz trio, but I had my guitarist take the melodies 90% of the time because that's what people are used to. And quite frankly, I have trouble going seamlessly between the melody and walking bass line. That's something I'm working on. But Scott LaFaro does take the melodies, I would say, again, 90% of the time, kind of the opposite of what I do. And he'll take a melody and then work it into the bass line. Or he'll play the melody one chorus, tie it seamlessly into a bass line and continues the melody while the pianist takes the melody. It is a beautiful album. Brian Bromberg, LaFaro. It's on Spotify, and there are amazing live performance videos of him playing the songs from LaFaro, but it's a different take on him that's equally amazing. Get it? Treat your ears to this masterpiece. Bromberg, LaFaro. You guys have a good one, and I'll be back with more comic book and action figure content.